Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Food Junkie coming at you with another video. Now, what I'm going to talk about today may be a little touchy, a little sketchy, a little, controversial, I guess. But we got to talk about it. Now, we know people on these YouTube streets be lying, exaggerating, overemphasizing things that's not important, just to make themselves look better, just to make themselves look like, it's all good with them. Well, this what I'm going to talk about has been developing in the past couple of days. And as you know, if you've been watching my channel, I have been on something else. God damn it. Sorry, that was, damn. Get out. Yes. Sorry about that. That was a damn mosquito. I hate this type of weather when it's hot and sticky and shit. Mosquitoes be all fucking around. It's warm and that kind of damp and moist. Fucking breeding ground for mosquitoes. I'm gonna be itching. Shit. Sorry about that. Y'all. Let me. What are you doing? Back to what I was saying. Sorry about that. Yeah, we know people on these YouTube streets be exaggerating, misrepresenting themselves, misrepresenting the truth in subjects and topics and things like that. I won't say exactly lying. That's why I say misrepresenting the truth. Because I can't call you a liar because I don't truly know what the truth is. I wasn't there. But this story has been developing for the past couple of days, and I was on some other stuff, so I wasn't trying to follow it until recently, like last night, today. Okay, so I saw something a couple days ago about feed the children, feed the hungry, feed the hungry kids. I seen some stuff about popcorn, syrup, and water. I've seen little makings of those things, for the past couple of days. Really didn't try to dive into it because I really, like I said, don't care that much about anybody's personal life or personal business on YouTube. I just talk about what's actually there. So everything came together when I saw a video of this individual. And talked about how I saw a video that someone made about the person crying in that car. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? That sounds interesting. I find out the person was crying in that car in front of a school that their child went to. I'm like, okay, that sounds even more interesting. What's going on? What happened? Come to find out that this individual was crying in front of their car, in front of the school that the child went to because their child didn't get to eat lunch that day. I'm like, oh, that's sad. That's fucked up, Why can't the babies eat lunch? Then I realized other people were making fun of that. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. We can do that because you put it on YouTube. We have the right to talk about it how we want to talk about it. It's our channels. We can do what we want to do. It's our content. We do what we want to do with the content that we see and the stories that we run across. Then so I turned onto this person's YouTube page to hear their side of the story or to find out what they're talking about or what they said happened and this, that, and third. And upon listening to the story, I'm like, okay, that sounds kind of funny, kind of fishy. It doesn't sound right. And we'll get more into that in a minute. Full disclosure. I like full disclose stuff. Full disclosure. I've worked with children ever since I was a child. I've always worked my entire life, especially in my entire adult life, but I've worked with children ever since I was 14 years old. Be it with community organizations, be it with community centers, be it, with the school system, things of that nature. I've always worked with children. I've always worked around kids, even as a child. And I've always worked with underprivileged kids or kids with some type of emotional baggage or things like that, or economic struggles, things like that. I always worked in those type of programs or those type of things. One, because I lived in that type of environment. So I've always wanted to be help since I was getting help or my family was getting help. I've always wanted to help out and saying not be that damn mosquito. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm not afraid of bugs. I just don't like bugs around me because I'm very sensitive skin. Very sensitive skin. So if something was in my car, I feel like it's still on me. Like if I see an ant or something, I feel like that is on me for all day long. Anyway, so yeah, I've always worked around underprivileged kids or with underprivileged kids because I was one growing up. I always wanted to be able to give back. I never wanted to be someone to just take without contributing to my environment or to society as a whole. So I've always worked with kids who had free lunch programs. In the summertime, you have at community centers that offer breakfast and lunch. Breakfast usually is juice, milk, a little donut, a little box of cereal, something like that. Nothing big, just something to get your day started when you're out of school. You need something to look forward to. Lunch is normally a little sack lunch, fruit, little chips, maybe a peanut butter jelly sandwich, a little bologna, or a little meat sandwich, whatever the case may be. To this day, I don't like bologna for that reason. But yeah, I've always done that. So I always believe in feeding the kids. I always believe in helping someone who is underprivileged or someone who needs help in any way, shape, or form, especially children. My two soft spots are children and old people. Because it just is. But anyway, listening to this person's story, it became more and more unbelievable because I'm looking at what this person have done thus far. Let's just say in the past week. I'm looking at what this person done in the past week, what this person have said in the past week. Now, I'm not going to mention this person's name because I don't want people to think that this is some kind of clout chase or a roast video or anything, because it's not. As I always do, as I always say, I just report. I just talk about what is out there, what I've seen, what I've run across. That's all I do. I don't, I may add my little color commentary to it, but for the most part, I just talk about what I've run across, and my views on how I see it. Okay. In the past couple of days, this person said that their child didn't eat because they only owed 50 cents. They were 50 cents behind on their baby's lunch. So the school didn't feed the baby. Now, I've worked for the school system. I've done that for years. Not in a cafeteria, but I've worked for the school system, and I worked with kids with behavioral problems. I worked with kids that was underprivileged. I worked with kids that was privileged. I've worked with all types of children in the school system here in Georgia. And in doing that, I have bought many of children's lunch. I have paid for many of kids to eat. And if I didn't pay for it out of my own pocket, I talked to the cafeteria workers to inform them of what was going on with this child, and if they have anything extra, can they please see fit to, find it a way to give this child something. The child may have had to wait till the end after all the other kids have been served, but they still ate something. Even if I stayed with the child after the lunch time, so the child wouldn't be embarrassed, so they can still eat, and then walk them to class. I've done that. I've been the person that makes sure that a child will not go hungry. And not only that, I've also had had snacks, or have snacks in my classroom or my area that I worked, to where the kids know that if they're hungry, they can come to me, let me know what's going on, and I will make sure they have something to snack on for the day. Let's say that. Granted, the baby's young. The baby's probably kindergarten, first grade, so may not understand the protocol, how to get things accomplished. But the parent holds responsibility for everything that the child goes through and have been through. Let's talk about what I'm talking about. Earlier this week, or earlier last week, or later last week, whatever it was, in the past 7 days, I heard this individual parent say, you know what? My baby didn't, I paid money to this gymnastics class and they didn't do what they're supposed to do. They told me that I have to help make my baby be comfortable being upside down. What do you think I paid you $200 for? Okay. That had my ear go up, like, okay, well, normally with any sport, you do some practicing outside of the actual class. It's up to the parent to make sure that that practicing happens. So, okay, my ear went up for that one. Then in that same conversation, this parent said that, well, I don't understand why they be sending my baby home with this homework, phonics and stuff. I'm not a parent of these words. This is their job. That's why I send them to school. So the teacher can do that. That's what you get paid for. Scratched my head again. Because as someone who worked in the school system, and as a parent, you don't send your child to school for the school to raise your child. A school system is there to give your children the basics, building blocks of learning. It's up to you as a parent to make sure that you continue that education at home. Go over homework with your child. Go over what they're doing, what they're studying, so you can be abreast of what's going on, and so you can understand that, okay, if you need help, let me help you with this. Phonics is the actual art of pronouncing and sounding out words. That is crucial and critical, especially to a young child's developmental process, be it reading or be it whatever else the process is. So you think that a child that young is going to retain information if you don't encourage and help foster that information? A, what does the letter A sound like? Ah. B, what does the letter B sound like? B. C, what does letter C sound like? S. D, what does letter D sound like? Duh. And those things, apple, boy, s, or k, depends on which one you want to use is ch, that's the CH though. But k, cat, dog. Those are things that you pose to go over with your child, practice with your child, so your child can have the correct pronunciation of these words and these letters and these sounds, so they know how to read. Those are the building blocks of reading. Okay, now that was that. Don't do it, idiot. You think I'm gonna let you over? Sorry, you guys. Every time I hit that turn, y'all know this car always do that because the turn is so damn tight. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah. So far we went over not wanting to help your child in their gymnastics class. Thinking that just because you paid $20 for one class or a set of classes, that's all they're supposed to teach your child, everything they need to know about gymnastics and being comfortable with, being upside down or flipping or being up in the air, things like that. Now, then we have the whole phonics thing, not being able to, because you don't know the basic building blocks of reading, you can't teach your child that. And opposed to saying that, you throw it off to the school system, so your child, acting like the school system is not teaching your child what they need to do. Okay, that's the second thing. But also, we've seen you, when you're doing a video and your child's in the car, y'all be quiet while I'm filming. Y'all know I'm filming, be quiet. These are children, these are babies. They're gonna make noise. These are children, these are babies. They're gonna be loud, they're gonna play, especially if they're playing with their little friend in the back of the car. Stop making your damn video and pay attention to your child. Make sure your child is okay. Do that first before you start making a video. Then you're talking all this adult type stuff, all this adult type information in front of your child. Oh, I'm going to go to this church and and we got to go pick up the babysitter and meet the babysitter here, this, that, and the third, in front of your child. Okay. So your child is hearing this. Children are very observant. They're like sponges. They soak up everything that goes on. Everything that goes on around them. They soak it up. Okay, that's that. Then in the same video, some little hood rat dude drives by and say, "What's up, ma?" To you. Look at it, girl. Oh, sorry. Gave it away. But y'all know what I'm talking about anyway. See, I can pull anybody I want to pull. I can walk down the street and pull somebody. I can stand right here and pull somebody. That's your measure of who you are as a woman. That's your measure of being a bad-ish. Okay. If you say so. If that what your measurement is of being a bad chick, being able to pull some janky dude in a janky car while you filming on your phone in downtown in the city that you live in, okay, I get it. More power to you. Priorities. Supposed to make sure your child is okay in the car in the back seat with her friend. You're talking to us on your camera, talking about how you just pulled some little dude that possibly wanted your number. Do you not understand that when a guy hollered at you from out of a car window, he's trying to fuck? Are you not, smart enough to realize that or understand that? Yo, what up, ma? That's not how a person of intelligence or respect for women holler at women or talk to women or introduce themselves to women. You walk up to them like a gentleman and say, "Hello, how you doing? My name is. I noticed you and I found you attractive. Hope that's not too much. Hope I don't offend you." You're respectful to women. But she did say she wants somebody to have a little tart smell to him. And I'm pretty sure the guy that hollered at her had a tart smell to him. Just saying. And if someone was to approach you in a respectful way, he's too soft for you. He's not manly enough for you. If someone would approach you and say, "Hello, how you doing? My name is," hope this doesn't offend you. I find you really attractive. I would like to get to know you a little bit better. Disrespectfully. "Oh no, he's too soft. I want somebody who's rough. I want somebody who's a manly man." Okay. Be my guest. That manly man probably don't have a job, but it's all good. Off of that. Back to what I'm talking about parenting. Yeah. So that's another thing. Then, as parents, it's our job to teach our children how to act and respond in public. Take your child to a restaurant, you're talking all kind of discouraging things about the server that is serving you. When you first sat down, the server approached you. Although we don't know yet, we are not ready. Because you're on your camera once again, talking. You're making a video. Now, another full disclosure for you. I told you I have 3 jobs. Another one of my jobs is working in customer service with the public in the restaurant industry. And with that, if I was that server, I wouldn't have approached you ever again. Until you would have to call me over there, because I think it's rude and obnoxious when people sit down in a restaurant in a public place where they want to be served or want some service and you're on your phone in any capacity. I have trained people in the restaurant industry to be a server, and I let them know if someone's on their phone, don't approach the table, because clearly whatever they're doing on their phone is much more important than them getting some service. And when they don't look at you and respond to you in an appropriate way, it's up to you what you want to do. But what I do is I normally walk away. I introduce myself to you, and if you don't respond, I introduce myself to you once again. And if you don't respond, I'll be back. And I don't come back until you flag me over there. It is what it is. It's not my job to sit there and allow you to disrespect me. people think that because you work in a restaurant, you have to be there. Not realizing that that's just one of many jobs you may have. And not realizing that the money that you make there may be more than what they make at their job. I work in a restaurant 2 days a week, and I walk away with about $100. What legitimate job that you know that pays you about $250 every day? And that's play money. That's my shopping money. That's my money for gas and food and lunch and stuff for the rest of the week. Now that's just a part-time job that I have. So when I saw that, it disturbed me because it was so rude, and people don't understand that children watching stuff like that. Say you're gonna get somebody who's giving you some service, 45 cents to 75 cents, and take out a handful of change and jiggle it like this, like you doing something big, like it's funny. That's not funny. You wouldn't like it if you were at your job and someone came up to you and was disrespecting you and be disrespectful to you at your job. You wouldn't like it if someone said, okay, I'm going to pay this person, although they do full-time work or full amount of work, I'm going to give them less than what they should be getting. You were busy, boo. You were doing something else. You was distracted. It's not my job to sit there and draw your attention to it. You came to my place of business for some service. Be respectful. Be accepting of that service when someone approaches your table or whatever it is. People come to restaurants thinking that you're a servant. No. People that I work with wonder how I can say what I say to people and still get away with it, because I can. Oh, my people love me. The people that I wait on or give service to, they love me because I'm not this scary individual that is meek and mild and stuff. If you're disrespectful, I'll be back. What's going on? What happened? Nothing. I'm good. I just had somebody else that needed something else. And since she wasn't ready, I figured I'll give you a couple minutes and I'll come back to you. That's the truth. If you don't like it, there's a comment card at the front. Let them know what's going on. But they hired me for a reason. They have me as a trainer for a reason, although I'm part-time. So I know what I'm doing. Don't come into people's places of business with all this attitude and nonsense. Now look at the soapbox, another situation, back to the situation at hand. So, I'm putting all this stuff together. Like I said, I think critically. When someone says something on YouTube, I don't always automatically address it or always automatically take their word for it. I go back to what I know of this person, or what I know of them. I go back to think about what is it that this person have done previously, what this person have said previously, how this person have responded previously to different situations. And since you brought up your child, had your baby in your thumbnail, I thought about all the times that your child was with you and what I've seen of you and what you've done with your child. That's really important. And how many times have this individual have been filming in their home, in their kitchen or their dining room table or wherever they film at home, and their baby asks for something to eat, or their baby just came into the room and then kicked the baby out the room because they're filming, opposed to engaging with their child, opposed to engaging to find out what their child wants, what their child needs, why the child came into that area where they were filming. That was a public place in the home, but yet you keep your child out of that public place because you thought filming was more important and telling your story and being on camera was more important than engaging with your child and making sure your child was okay. Make sure your child didn't need anything. Make sure your child wasn't hungry. Okay. So back to this school situation. If anyone caught this, initially she said she was only 50 cents behind in the school lunch program. Then later on in the story, it became This school has done this several times, 4 or 5 times prior to this incident. So how many times were you behind to where your child didn't eat 4 or 5 times while they were at school? Now, that's part of critical thinking. That's part of listening critically to what people say, how they say it. Because people are going to give you all this humbug and blah, 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 blah initially. But when they keep talking, they start telling the truth. They start telling the reality of what happened and what's going on. So this happened 4 or 5 times where your child didn't eat because of something happened with the money that you were supposed to have brought them to the school. Okay. So when you went to the principal, and the principal was so concerned that your child did not eat, that she had you tell the story again to make sure she was hearing it right. And when the head cafeteria worker heard about the story or was made abreast of the story, you said she sent you a text message apologizing to you for what happened. Not only did she send you a text message apologizing to you for what happened, she sent back the money you paid that day. Telling you, don't worry about it, don't worry about whatsoever. Just fill out your free lunch form and we will take care of it. Make sure that your child eats. Now, if they were so quick to rectify the problem once they knew that the problem happens, because I don't deny or doubt that the baby didn't eat that day. I don't deny that, or I don't doubt that. But what I do doubt is the circumstances on why the baby didn't eat. Now, as adults, it's our responsibility to make sure that all children are well fed, all children are well taken care of and protected. That's our jobs as adults. But as the parent, it's your job to make sure that your accounts are maintained. It is your job as the parent to make sure that you have sufficient funds in the account so this does not happen. And you also said during this whole process that they sent this notification that you were getting close to becoming behind or the money was drying up. But since your baby was on spring break, you forgot. So they did their job by sending you a notice home. See, I feel like something's on my face. Shit. Sorry about that. So they did their job by notifying you that your account was becoming low. You need to re-up on your account. You chose to take care of other priorities, whatever they may be. None of my business. I don't care. So you chose for your child to go hungry because someone else should take the responsibility to make sure your child is fed, opposed to you taking the responsibility as the parent to make sure your child is fed. Just like it was someone else's responsibility to teach your child or to continue educating your child, to continue educating your child on the phonics, on how to pronounce words, how to sound out words, how to sound out letters, how to sound out phrases, and things of that nature. Just like it was someone else's job to make sure that your child was comfortable being upside down. See, that's a pattern of behavior. That's what we call a pattern of behavior. You are looking for someone else to do stuff that you're not willing to do for your own child. Why is it someone else's responsibility to make sure that your child is comfortable doing anything they want to do outside of that classroom? As a parent, you must be engaging with the lifestyle and the life that your child must have. As a parent, you must make sure that your child is comfortable reading, can read. That's how kids get to the 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, graduating without being able to know how to read. Because as parents, thinking that it's someone else's responsibility to ensure that their child know what's going on, opposed to making sure that the parent themselves, know that your child can read, understand that your child can read. See, that's the problem that I've seen. The problem was much bigger than, oh, my baby didn't eat this one day, so it upset me. The problem is you, as the parent, didn't make sure that your child account has sufficient funds in it. You, as a parent, admit it by yourself. And everything I'm saying, I heard from your mouth. Everything that your child that has sufficient funds in their account. It's your job to make sure your child has sufficient funds. It's your job to make sure that your child know how to pronounce words and understand phonics and the importance of phonics and why phonics are important for them to learn to read and the process of reading. It's your job as a parent to ensure that not only that you pay a bill for someone to teach your child how to flip and turn upside down and walk on a balance beam, but your child is comfortable doing that after the fact. All those things are your job. All those things is your responsibility to do, to make sure that it's happening. It's not other people's job to make sure that your child eats. It's not other people's job to make sure that your child can read properly. It's not someone else's job to make sure your child is comfortable hanging upside down. We've seen you tell your child to be quiet. They're being too loud because you're filming a video on a multitude of occasions. Even in a video that you were talking about this situation where your child was hungry, you told your child to get out the kitchen because you're online and don't come back in the kitchen again until you are finished filming. At what point does that sound like good parenting? Your child could have been hungry again. And whose job was it to make sure your child was fed? Was it the school's job again, or was it yours? Now, this is not a clown video for you. It's for you to understand that what you're saying, we're actually hearing. We're actually seeing these things. You're actually putting this thing on a camera. So we can judge it. So we can talk about it. So it can be commentary. That's what you're doing. You're putting all your information out there for us to judge, for us to talk about, for us to critique and pick apart. Everything I said about you was what you've said, what you have shown. Think about that. Before you start turning on your camera and venting and telling out your feelings, although you have plenty of people supporting you saying the school was wrong. Was the school wrong? I don't know. I really don't know. I know you were wrong for not making sure your child has sufficient funds in their account or filling out a lunch form, a free lunch form or earlier. I know you were wrong for not being able to help your child with their homework and understanding phonics. I know you were wrong for not taking the time to make sure your child feel comfortable spinning upside down. Everybody hold their kids by their legs and have them walk on their hands. Everyone hold their kids upside down. Take the children to parks where there's monkey bars and jungle gyms and stuff like that, and have the kids hang from the rings or hang from the monkey bars or flip, stuff like that. We all do that with kids, with our children. But no, you think paying someone $200 absolves you of doing that. It doesn't. And we also have seen you tell your child on multiple occasions to be quiet while you're filming, when you're in a space where a child should be, playing, living their life, having fun, playing with their friends, enjoying themselves. That's what you do. Now think about that for a little bit. The next time you turn on your camera and start telling us a sad sob story about how someone else did your child wrong. That's it. I just want to talk about that, a different perspective, you know. Once again, if you like this video and the content that you see from me, go to my channel and subscribe, like, and comment. And as I always say, love yourself, love someone else, respect yourself, and respect someone else. Until next time, this is Food Junkie.